your Civil Wars, your CEOs. You know, these are all these prestigious tournaments that really now with this level of information that we have in front of us and the ability to put this on, puts Florida even further on the map. And speaking of putting people on the map, you were telling me about this matchup coming forward.
So you see 4 little letters there. Grog, a player from Brevard. This is one of his first big tournaments.
He's one of your boys.
So excited to see him play against the CFL legend himself, Goblin Man.
He got
already
the
jumping
shoes.
into this, man.
He's got those parries on deck too. Knows when he's going to be trying to approach with these aerials, and that's so important fighting against the Fire Emblem characters, is knowing how to counteract their aerial approaches.
Yeah. We're going to want to see a lot of pressure coming up from Goblin Man. You want to get in the face of Peach as much as possible. But it has to be really safe because otherwise you're going to get some big fat punishes. And you're already seeing Grog do pretty well right now. Slight lead. Wanted to get a turn-up setup.
And that's the difficulty in the speed of Goblin, the speed of Roy. Can really prevent Peach from being able to pull those turnips willy-nilly. Has to be very careful about when that occurs.
Yeah, I remember Goblin playing Umeki actually at Frostbite.
Limit cross slash, baby.
Getting some of those.
Game 5.
And it's funny. You think of characters like Chrom and then Roy, of course. I feel like the tip of the blade actually helps out. The noodle blade for Roy actually helps out in this matchup. You have little tiny pokes, playing safe. You're just kind of saying, get off me. It's a slight boxing game with your sword.
And you throw off the timings too. I mean, Peach is so reliant on these float timings and these spacings and that, and just those little like annoyances, the bee stings, keeping it from really getting the setup they need.
Goblin creating a lot of frame traps, covering a lot of options. Getting back to the stage here, re-grabbing that turnip. Grog has him off stage now, trying to read a roll, and he's going to cover that with a back air, though. Coverage? Oh, just a little too late on the trigger, and he's going to use that up B to get out of there.
So Black Rose, what are you seeing so far? What do you think Grog can do different in the middle of this game on the quick early adaptions?
I want to say probably, I want to say Grog probably wants to play, I want to say a lot more spacing and defensively. Because the thing is that Goblin just closing that gap in between him and Grog. And Grog kind of tries to capitalize on those heavy approaches. But I feel like Grog needs to just kind of get those turnip cycles going in, trying to get a nice, solid, great turn, like probably Stitch would be a great turnip to get for pressure, and I want to see Mr. Saturn actually for pressure, and actually him pull
maybe
a bomb, and he throws it. No.
That's okay though. Look at this. Grog is kind of taking over control.
It was like saying I could have had a V8.
But Grog needs to play a little bit more patiently here.
Yeah, that second stock was incredibly good. And so tell me from your position, like, what do you see as a top player when you have this person making this run against you?
Well, really, if it comes down to last stock as it is right now, you really just have to reserve your gameplay and really make them come to you after you get a lead. And just dissect what they're doing to really penetrate your offense and really mitigate that by just being more reserved. And slow it down. That's when you need to take a breathe in and just sit back and really focus and really emphasize what makes you great. And then just go off that. Don't lose your confidence.
Another bomb.
Another bomb.
I play Grog all the time. I'll tell you right now, he beats me all the time, and he pulls the luckiest ones off stage.
Oh my God!
That was so bad.
Oh, but
He
great
didn't have
DI
to
there.
get,
And the
he didn't have to get
Goblin-
hit by that turnip.
Wow.
The turnip that led to the forward smash, he could have avoided.
You know, normally in golf we say 4, but that was a 2 at the end, just living that barely. But Grog taking game 1 against Goblin Man.
Now
I'm
listen,
so
listen,
excited.
listen, Schrader. I need to
Yeah,
warn
this
you.
is
If you're
gonna
gonna
be
pop off
an
in front of your board,
intense-
I'm gonna have to unclip you.
right.
Got to make sure don't come pulling this setup with
I'm
you.
biased. I'm biased. There's 4 of you guys. I mean, 4 of us. You guys can just hold me in check. All right.
There we go. Yeah.
And no,
There is a series of chairs and ropes behind you. Please be careful as you rush the stage.
Oh, yeah.
If this upset were to occur,
man,
would
I'm
be our
excited.
first big one of the day.
I'm so excited.
You go back and look at these notes that Funk left behind her. This has been a row of 2-0s.
Oh, yeah.
Literally just set after set after set, just dominant performances. This is the first time we've seen this challenge.
Mr. Saturn already off that. Oh, but
I've been in a
playing
similar-
Goblin's advantage.
Situation as Goblin before. Goblin took a game with me at a big tournament, and I was like, he took the first game. So as the, I would say the top seeded player, you have to understand that even though that game was dropped, that doesn't really change your game plan is in. You just need to really focus on what makes you great. And so I think we'll see that out of Goblin. I got him winning the next 2 games favorably.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the, calling the timeout right before that final field goal, icing the other player, slowing things down that they kind of kills the momentum.
The Chudat.
Yeah, of course. The Chudat, the whiz robe, just like, I'm gonna take my time on this.
Little pull and push game we're seeing so far in this match, but Goblin kind of holding it down here in the corner. You have to be very careful.
Ooh, good read on that DI.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
here,
to be
hard
fair though,
punch
this is
that.
how the game. This is how game 1 started. Goblin looked really good, and then out of nowhere, Grog just pulled out an incredible second stock.
Yeah.
And I feel that what helped Grog a lot. Wow, the parry and support smash.
DBZ light there. Bomber from the ledge there. Not a safe option, but a good option when it hits.
Now cornered himself. Goblin has to get back to the center of the stage, and he does. Just air dodging down
That's
to the
it.
middle and trying to
Oh.
punish.
That was a lack of reaction coming from Goblin. As soon as the dash attack happened on his shield, he reacted poorly.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
dot ice.
Careful, I think that does 60
Yeah, that would kill from ledge.
for sure. Oh, no, I think that was a misinput on back air. So you got to think, kind of like Link, you do not want to be to Peach's back because that float cancel back air will come out incredibly fast, and that's the best option out of shield. Oh, look at that pressure from Goblin, man.
Good, making him pay.
Man's got 50% off of jump there.
Grog has to seal the stock. Finds it with a dash tag.
Dash
Great
tag
DI
is
again.
not going to do it, but turnip
He did.
snipe.
He did. Oh,
No, the
Jump the whole
airspeed.
time.
thick boys. Oh, that's
These counters have been really risky, and Jesus
Alright.
Christ, deleted on that second stop.
Which means that Goblin is playing a little more reactive.
Yes.
You know, so you got to be watching out for that if you're Grog. But right now, look at this, 197, and Goblin is still pushing this advantage state. That should kill it, but let's see if Grog can pull this back. He is at a stock deficit. You know, turn up in hand.
I mean, Day, you said it incredibly well at the start of this game, too. Is as the higher seeded player, you're going to take a second and start to learn these patterns a little bit more. Are you seeing that now from Goblin?
Yeah, Goblin's definitely playing a lot more cleaner in this game
His
versus
punish
the first
game.
His punish
Punish
game
game.
is doing
Yes.
very well too. Yes.
Oh man, he misses the downward throw on the turnip there. Peaches and their incredible turnip combos really separate those who play the character and those who know the character.
That's good.
That's good analysis, yeah. And the thing is, it's item play, right? Ooh, there it is. And, you know, understand that Goblin was really going to try to push that advantage, hold the right time to pull out Toad, and Toad took the hit for his queen.
And see, the nice thing about Roy approaching, too, is he's going to have these short hop aerials that kind of cover the diagonals. You see how Grog has been, Grog has been throwing turnips up to control vertical space and really just keeping a low to the ground game with these aerial approaches. So, you know, Goblin coming in with those diagonal approaches really are benefiting him.
I love the
Don't touch me.
pressure there, but quick reaction out of Goblin saved them in that situation.
And Fire has extra armor.
Yeah, it's going to be the grounded version of that, of course. Bomber across stage, but not enough.
Yeah, it was a good movement option. Gonna take this time to get the turn up off stage again. See if we've got some pressure here at the stage. It feels like Grog might be a little bit spooked because of that up before, but he's gonna take that parry and with
That's
that big
definitely
old
a
butt.
great response by Goblin, though.
All right, let's see how this goes here, man. I mean, Roy is susceptible to some gimmicks. Peach is capable of doing it, but it's
Okay,
going to
yeah,
take
yeah.
more than that, unfortunately. And off to game 3 we go.
Don't be tilted.
The ledge
You just
option
got
before
hilted.
the last one was a roll as well.
And I do love the pressure option coming out of Goblin there, especially just reading that roll option, because Goblin stood there, and Peach could have done any other option, but I feel like because of the intensity of the match, it forced Peach to just go for more
Buffer an option.
what?
Buffer an option.
Buffered option, yes.
Yeah, because I think it wasn't even a read, it was just kind of a reaction
Yeah.
to that roll. Understanding also that he conditioned Grog the entirety of
Yes,
that match by
yes.
throwing out those jabs there in the corner. You know, that corner pressure is immense in this matchup.
And we've seen Roy play for a long time now. We know how strong that jab is on ledge, too. So,
Switched up colors.
yeah, going for the Steelers, the black and
Bumblebee.
yellow.
She's down, gonna get out of there. Uppy again. But hey, we're gonna punish your landing.
Oh, they
And now,
swinging.
The spacing game is changing hands right now. Oh, I love the falling up air from Roy. It's going to hit
Yeah.
all the way around him to the back of the head. Such a great option for him landing.
and it was just the tipper too. Normally he would go for another up air after that if he didn't get the tipper, but knowing because he got the tipper, it instantly reacted into the up B. Corner now, Grog, double jumping up.
Yeah,
Not anything, but he's gonna get back now.
good spacing on the near, fading back. Oh, gets the fair off of that, too.
30 damage.
Conversion.
All right, we're looking at a pretty even game. The biggest problem I saw...
Great.
Misinput though.
Didn't get the hit that he wanted on the back air.
Oh, my God, once
Great
again.
walk away. You saw the turn.
The step back.
Confident.
The
He
step
did the
back.
suave walk, all right?
Steph Curry with that F tilt. But like the biggest problem I saw for Grog in the second game is he just wasn't able to get these early kills like he was in game 1. Each time where Goblin lived to, 180, 150. It makes it so hard, but that'll do it.
It was such a bad play from Goblin.
Evening it up.
He landed straight on top of
Oh,
Peach
and this big
there.
damage. Big damage. Cornered.
That's a momentum
pressure.
shift right there. That was so bad.
However, though, Goblin's been doing really well in the scramble, and that's where I think he's just kind of shining in this set so far.
He's definitely trying to redeem himself storyline-wise. Last week at Gatorland, actually losing in pools when it was expected to, I believe, seeded first overall in the tournament.
With dot eyes right afterwards.
Damage, baby.
Oh, man. This is how you know somebody mains Peach.
I would say he needs to stop jumping. Goblin does.
Wow. Oh, and I'm ready. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. We got the lead now. We got the lead.
Yeah, the chance
Right,
to
the
DI.
crowd is gathering, guys.
I'm
This
gathering. I'm
could be
ready.
this is our first potential upset of the day. See how long he can make this stock last.
We
Oh
got
my
a
God.
last
There it
stock
is. Taking 3
situation.
stocks
Combat
So we
fight.
got
3
last
straight
stock.
stocks.
Game 3, last stock.
Turn of war. Battle of the veggies.
Produce battle. Go.
I'll never
Goblin.
forget it. I was game 1 with a Falcon at EVO 2016, and it was last hit, last stock. And I ended up winning that one, and I ended up getting 13th at EVO. But I've been in these situations before, and you just need to know when once you get past this hump, you just need to envision that this is all it right now, and that you just need to get past this right now.
This is
and
your
be
grand
okay.
finals. This
Yes.
is your grand finals. You
Yes.
have to close this out.
So smart to do the double jump and float to safety, but now Grog in a tough situation.
Oh, is he
my
going to
goodness,
die for
lands
this?
the up smash, but unfortunately that does not take the stock off of Grog here.
Jump. Oh, roll.
Again, time and time again.
Forward air, and Goblin takes the game.
Yeah.
Goblin literally living at 2 character lengths from ledge. 4
He
straight
ate the
stocks.
most. That was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right? that was a buffet.
Well, only
That's what that
winners you
was.
don't even know.
I told y'all, man.
Hey, Goblin. Well, also, you got to remember clutch situations.
Yes.
Grog, first tournament appearance. I asked Grog, I said, do you want to play on stream? I'll try to get you on stream. And he's like, yeah, I want to play on stream. I was
Put me
kind of
up there.
I was kind of curious, first tournament, be on the big stage. Have you seen how big that stage is?
Feeling light in the limelight.
So, I'm excited to see how well he does later on in losers, see if he gets out of pools.
Yeah, because this has got to be at least second or third round of this pool right
It's
now.
only